My m22 ex GF f21 is threatening to out me as gay if I don't marry her. Please help. I come from a very religious family. For context on how religious, when I was 14 they caught me kissing my best friend and sent me to a camp that summer to make me straight. It didn't work to make me straight, but it did work to make me repress myself and develop a serious depression, self-hate. Around 6 months ago I started seeing an actual therapist, not a religious figure at my girlfriend's behest. It ended up being a good thing and it helped me start to undo all the damage done and come to terms with the fact that I am gay. I am nowhere near ready to be out or tell anyone, but I realized I owed it to my girlfriend so she could move on and not waste any more of her time. I sat down and told her and she seemed understanding and supportive until the next day. She came over and told me how she had been thinking and realized the best course of action would be to get married. I told her no and was shocked she'd even suggest that given we broke up yesterday. She told me we didn't break up and that if we did and weren't getting married she'd have to tell everyone why. She actually pulled out her phone and threatened to text my parents. I begged her not to and she left with, "I'll give you a couple days to think about. I've got an emergency session booked with my therapist but she can't see me till tomorrow. I'm scared and spinning here with no one to turn to and no idea what to do. Please help me." Edit. FML. She sent me, food for thought, which was an audio clip of me begging her not to tell them I'm gay. I would preempt the outing with a lie. Normally wouldn't recommend it, but this is about your safety. Ring your parents and say you're so upset because you confided in her about camp and then she started trying to make you do all sorts under the threat of outing you. She'll react enough for it to be plausible. Stay calm. Whatever you do, do not marry her. You're both in your early 20s, marriage is a serious thing. She's blackmailing you. How could you ever marry and love someone who is so cruel? This isn't you are not the problem here. I'm not gay but I have many friends who are and seen them come out and supported them. If you give in to her this will just be the first time for the rest of your life that she blackmails you. It will never end. Ever. Every single day you will be her hostage. Tell your parents that you broke up with her and she has become a crazy ex, and she wants to out you to stay together, just to give them a heads up, reassure them that the camp worked, and come out when you are ready. Don't do this if she has proof. Want to know what you should do? Look up the laws in your specific area on recording someone without their knowledge with the intent to use that material for blackmail. She is literally committing a crime. Your girlfriend is a narcissistic, manipulative person to attempt to force you into marriage. You should stay away from her at all costs. As for your family, they already know. They are just in denial. The sooner you come out to them, the better off you will be. In the long run, you will be able to live your life for yourself and not for your family. It may seem dire now, but trust me, it will get better. She's completely out of her mind, blackmailing you. Do not marry her, you will not forgive yourself. Deny her that marriage. If she talks to you again, record everything she says. If she threatens you again, you could even use it against her and file a report to the police for blackmail. As for your family, if you still live with them, find a different place to stay. Like a close friend who does accept you for who you are, as your family doesn't seem to. Do you depend on your parents for money? Will you be homeless if she tells them? Will they put you in camp again? They can't, you are 22. Your ex is insane. You should call her bluff. Once she calls your parents, what's she got to hold over you? You can either confirm that what she said was true or you can tell them that your ex is being vindictive and trying to drive a wedge between you and your parents because you broke up. Both statements are true. How do you cope after being dumped 3 days before the wedding? I, f25, was dumped because my ex-fiancé, m29, preferred someone that has a job already and decided I didn't match his preferences. I'm in grad school. His mom also said after me being dumped that he needs help financially, so I'm not the one he should be with. Together for 2 years. You do the happy dance that his nature was revealed to you before you got hitched. Sounds like you dodged a bullet and should consider yourself lucky. Why strap yourself with a mama's boy when you know you can do much better? I know an initial bitter pill, but I think you can do so much better. Best to you. Be grateful that you were dumped now, rather than suddenly divorced at 40 years old with 2 kids and a mortgage payment. Lucky for you, you are still young enough to get married and start a family. Get back in the dating scene and don't look back. Be wary of him coming around again once you have your graduate degree and are making a good salary. His kind tend to do that. Don't forget to block him on everything and don't communicate with him. At some point he will realize his mistake and try to come back. Probably after you have moved on. Don't let that happen. Grieve, cry, grow from this, but don't leave the door of your heart open. He showed who he is and hurting doesn't seem to be a problem. His mom also said after me being dumped that he needs help financially, so I'm not the one he should be with. Bullet dodged. I know you don't see it that way, but that's a red flag that can be seen from the Ukraine. That mom is a piece of work as well. In 2 years we would be reading your posts in our no meal. Be sad for a minute until you realize you dodged a bullet. If he dumped you because he needs someone who can give him money, then you dodged a bullet. I, 26M. Don't feel attracted to my girlfriend, 26F, anymore. We've been together for 4 years and over time I feel like I lost physical attraction for her. She wants me to be affectionate etc., but I just don't feel it anymore. She told me she wanted to get married, but I just don't see myself spending the rest of my life with someone I'm not 100% physically attracted to. I feel bad because we've had so many good times, always got along so well, arguments of course, but always ended up resolving them, and also have similar dreams and aspirations. But the attraction just isn't there for me. I've also been working on myself a lot recently, trying to find a better job and a career more suited to me, and have been extremely focused on my goals, fitness etc. I have questioned a lot of my life choices recently, and this is one of them. I know that a relationship should be two-sided. I shouldn't just be with someone for their sake only, and I should have my own say on the type of person I want to be with. I feel like if I do get married to this person or drag this relationship out any longer, it will get worse. What do you think I should do next? I kind of already told her how I feel, it's just I haven't made the actual decision of being with her still or not. Appreciate any replies. Edit. I should have explained it properly in the post. So first thing, my taste in women have changed if I'm being honest. Secondly, she has gained weight, and just doesn't look the same as she did 4 years ago. I've told her about this, she said she's working on it, but it just isn't hitting the same. Some other things include hygiene, dress sense etc. I honestly don't want to act like her dad or something telling her what to do. Finally, the marriage situation. She wants to get married soon, but why am I going to tie the knot if I don't 100% feel it? It just doesn't make sense. I don't want to waste her time. Stop wasting her time and leave her. I wouldn't want to be with someone who wasn't completely attracted to me. She'll be upset at first but grateful later on. Please end things if you feel that way. Shake, is that you? Leave her. Neither of you will be happy in the long term. It's tough, but worth it. Speaking from the same experience, you'll both be okay. Good luck. If you feel that way, please break up and stop wasting her time. Better to temporarily hurt her now by ending the relationship rather than wasting her time. Respect her enough to let her mourn this relationship now so that she can move on and get that future she dreams of and the partner who can give her everything she needs. From reading your replies, I'm gathering that you never really cared about this girl that much, because if you did, you would love her no matter how she looks. You have not even said you loved her at all. So basically you've been stringing her along for much longer than you're saying. You're an asshole. You're being an ass for stringing her along. She deserves to be with someone who actually loves her for her. Am I being petty by being upset that my wife never takes pictures of me with our kids? This has been bothering me for a long time, and as my kids get older, it's hitting me harder and harder, but at the same time, it feels like a petty thing. My wife never takes a picture or makes a video of me with our kids. I am one of those silly dads. I do all kinds of fun games with my kids, chase them around the house, play in the yard, play sports with them etc. My daughter is 7 and my son is 3. In that entire time, my wife has never just picked up her phone to take a picture or make a video to capture a moment or make a memory. All my pictures of me and my kids are selfies, and sometimes I set up a camera and record it myself, but usually the moment is lost. I see all other moms taking pictures of their kids with their fathers, holding them on their shoulders, throwing them in the air etc. I do all these kind of things and there's not one picture of me like that. I have asked my wife before and she kind of gets annoyed when I ask for it. If I push for it, she will take a picture or two, but that's it. Recently she was showing me pictures on her phone, and there's pictures of her mother, kid's grandmother, holding my son's hand and walking in a mall that she took from behind while. There's a other of my daughter with her father where he's holding her up to a tree to pick an apple. They're all pictures taken in the moment and are really cute. It makes me very envious and jealous that I do all those kinds of things and more, but there's nothing for me to show them when they get older, other than selfies. But then I feel like I'm being really petty. But am I? Recently me and my daughter worked together to paint a mural on her wall. We also built her play structure together in the yard. Again, no pictures. After I insisted, my wife took one picture at a really bad angle and light, where my face is half hidden. Before anyone asks, yes, I do take pictures of her if I see a special moment. My wife doesn't do much activities with the kids, but when she does, I make sure I take one. Examples are I made a video and picture of when they baked a cake together. Once all three of them were sitting together watching a movie and I took a picture. I saw her cuddling my daughter on the patio once and snapped a quick one. Like I said, she doesn't do much with them like play in the yard etc., but if she did I would take one right away. Really, any time I see them doing something that appears like it would be a special memory years from now, I take one. But it almost feels like she is going out of her way to make sure there's nothing recorded of me doing anything. There's pictures of my kids with everyone like holding hands and walking or doing something together. Except me. As they get older, it's starting to make me really sad. I have lots and lots of pictures that I took myself and videos I made by setting up a camera and letting it record, but they're just not the same. Am I being unreasonable on this? So it sounds like this isn't the only issue, and I don't understand her being annoyed that you want memories of you and your kids. So you work through this like a single parent. Set up a mini tripod to hold your phone. Have it take videos. You can take picture grabs from those. Take selfies. Heck, let your kids take some photos. Also consider how good this marriage actually is. Talk to your wife. No, you are not being unreasonable on this. It sounds like your marriage is a competition to your wife, and she doesn't want to give you points so she doesn't take your picture is my theory. But I'm at a loss as to why your woman doesn't support you. Does she take pictures of the kids without you? Maybe she just doesn't like to take pictures. Judging by your comments here it sounds like you hate her, dude. Is she cheating on you and planning for divorce? Because a dead bedroom for 3 years and her getting upset, refusing to take pictures of you sounds suspicious. DNA the kids. You need to be really clear that this is something that you want. Not just drop hints. I would also be annoyed at someone asking me to stop whatever I am doing to take a picture. So no, you're not being petty, but if you're trying to make this about your wife, you're going down the wrong road. This is your desire, you need to own it and you need to communicate it.